folks, welcome to the Besides the Norm podcast. Here with Monk. How are you doing, son? You good?
Alright.
Excellent. We've got Stuart Conker here from Youth First. We've had you in before.
Right.
How have you been keeping?
Alright, man, thanks. Just
excellent.
Keeping it easy, keeping it real.
It's always great asking how everybody's been, even though we've already had a conversation for about 10 minutes since you've been in. It's always a great start.
Me, then I was like,
why are you asking again?
Told you 5 minutes ago.
So we've got Betty in from a
Youth First.
yeah, there you go. That's
The legend.
I was going to say we've got Betty in from the last time we spoke about Betty. That's you're a bit of a legend in Youth First.
Apparently. Allegedly.
Yeah.
So modest as well.
So modest as well, it's fantastic. So, Betty's done a good few courses with the youth club that I used to work at, which was Kenny Youth Cafe.
Kenny Youth Cafe.
What was the place we went to? Is it Fairburn you were saying?
It was Fairburn Activities Centre up in Muirvord,
Aye.
Inverness.
Aye. So
past
we'll
Inverness.
talk about that as we come up. But what was the? How did you get in touch with Vicky? Had you known Vicky for a long time?
Vicky was a worker in Kennyway Youth Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Youth Cafe were affiliated to Youth First,
Right.
and all the youth clubs that are affiliated to youth clubs get the information about what we're doing, and she was always interested in.
So that must have happened years ago or
Aye.
something. And then
Well, the SMIT course, as it was called then, was that stands for Senior Member Involvement Training.
oh,
Vicky was always keen to get the young people into training courses because there was a lot of the youngsters at Kennyway who were keen to run their own club,
aye.
and that's what the course was all about, helping them to understand how to run.
So mainly kind of like try to teach volunteers and help
Yeah.
sort of help out the group and stuff like that sort of thing. You said a lot to do with these the silver and gold award things. What are these called?
That's the dynamic youth. That's
The Youth
Stuart.
Achievement
Did you
Award.
go through the youth achievement? Oh Jesus, I forgot for the last time.
How long has it been?
It's
2
been a while
weeks.
since he's been here. Since he was up here last time.
2 months or something, I think.
2 months.
Oh yeah,
It's only
months.
been 2 months and you've already forgotten everything.
How did that one thing I forgot? Calm down, Craig. Give me a break, man.
Kind of professional was this?
So did you just go through the Youth Achievement Awards with people like that were doing the SMIT course and all that stuff?
I don't know about the SMIT, the Jews do Youth Achievement.
Like
If-
would that account
Yeah.
towards like a project or
The
something?
SMIT
Yeah.
course was going for a long time. It then became changed its name,
Involvement, IT.
and
See,
Youth
never
Achievement
forget
Awards. Youth Achievement Awards weren't around at that time.
Right,
Had
right.
they been, there was other things, but there weren't Youth Achievement Awards.
Mhm.
But that the time that they spent on the SMIT course could have been counted if the Youth Achievement Awards had been around at the time.
Aye, aye.
There were other kind of qualifications, but it wasn't that one.
So for the young, they could have done, as part of a challenge, they could have done that weekend as part of a challenge,
Yeah.
because inside the Youth Achievements you've got obviously the bronze, silver, gold and platinum, and you've got 4 different challenges, or 4, 6 and 6, and platinum's in a kind of league of its own. But you could have done like a challenge saying what you did and what you were going to achieve and what you were going to do over that weekend, and then record the evidence. But it could have been used within the youth club, and if like you were saying, you were like teaching other people or showing other people what to do inside the youth club, then that could then be like another challenge as well. So it could have been done.
That's it. So what led to SMIT being shut down?
Finance, I would think. Basically, everything's about money, isn't it?
Aye, that's
But
it.
we were always able to get funding for it, and then there came a time that there was other things happening out there that people had to give funding for. So there's just no funding for it. So
Because I always thought
it's
it was
such
like,
a shame.
well, I always thought it was an extremely popular course because we did hear about previous years and stuff like that. But it was a great course to go on.
I'm glad you enjoyed it though.
Well,
No, everybody will say, "Oh, that was the best course I was on." That was the best group that we
definitely.
worked with, and any of the volunteers that worked with it.
Oh, you saying our group was the best?
Your group was the best.
Oh, you tell that to
You're
everybody.
just repeating. You're just repeating that. Eh?
Every single podcast she's on, she's just saying the same
No.
thing.
If anybody any of the adults were all volunteers, because other than that, it wouldn't have been able to run if it was any. And they all say, "Oh, that course about Fairburn and such a whatever year it was. What year was it? Could you remember?"
I have no idea.
We'll look up the archives and find out what year you were there, because we've got you made a poster at the end. Remember, everybody made a poster. Katie and them all.
You can't rewind.
I can't,
Well,
honestly,
maybe you were
were
hiding.
you there?
Maybe you were
I think
hiding
so.
at the time. But all the rest of them for Kennyway, they made the poster. SMIT I'm sure it was something like 94
Like a
or
collage
something.
sort of thing?
Yes. Do
I
you
kind
remember?
of remember.
You kind
that.
of remember.
I probably had no part in that because my artwork is
She
absolutely
was too busy
terrible.
in the sauna,
Aye.
setting up the camera.
You cleared up the sauna, right?
I done the video. That doesn't-
Was Smith the one where you had to do like climbing and stuff?
Aye, but then
You
when you were
did,
climbing, there was like archery and stuff like that.
On the Saturday, you got an afternoon of free time, and you got to choose what activity you were doing.
I
That
always
your
remember there was
reward.
like I can't remember, it might have been all the nights, but there was a room to go and chill and like stick on DVDs and stuff like that. And there was like loads of munchies sitting about. So like, everybody was on their jammies sitting about and just mucking about in there. It was
Sitting with your
great.
feet up.
Oh, it was fantastic. And I
What
remember.
was the that's
It was hard
Go on.
work though, wasn't it?
Collage,
Because remember you
collage.
had
Well,
an all-day Sunday where you used to do it's called stage 1, and you did all your project work there.
Actually, it was
then-
like team building exercise.
Yeah.
Like you'd sit round and
Yeah.
sort of do loads of stuff there. I can't again. My memory
But
is
that's a
terrible.
long time
Aye.
ago. That's a long time
No.
ago.
That's
in
it.
fairness, that one wasn't 2 months ago. That was.
Aye, totally. Aye. Why do you keep looking at me like should you remember all this? It's unbelievable. So I remember doing the archery. I remember trying to climb. There's a big tree thing that we tried to climb, and I was absolutely terrible.
There's a zip slide across the lake as
Did
well.
I remember
Did
that as
you
well?
done
Aye,
that?
it was amazing.
Aye.
Aye, loads of kind of cool stuff happened. Up
I
there.
really need to see this video.
Aye.
This is going to be a great.
If I remember right, you also on the way
make
up
it
in the
up,
minibus, you had your video camera, which is what they used at the time,
Mm-hmm.
out the window, and you videoed the journey.
Aye.
Oh, that
And
was
you were-
that was for the driving course.
That's right.
Aye, I thought that would
That was
be
for the credits, wasn't it?
for the what? The credits.
Aye.
Aye, aye.
You put Too Fast, Too Furious on.
No. I used the Steg G and Freestyle Master tune for the end. You'll have no idea who that is. Just me taking it is. But
Did you know you used Too Fast, Too Furious or something?
I did. Aye.
What
For
was
the
this?
for the driving course.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about the driving course in a
In a
minute.
Was that when everybody was driving slow?
Yes.
Right, we'll go on that.
I thought since everybody's.
We'll go on it in a second, just let's stick to the topic.
Aye, sorry. Aye. So
Laid down the law.
so when did it end specifically? The
Well,
split thing.
Smith then changed its name as well at one point, about
Right.
8 years before it stopped. It then became It's Your Shout.
Right.
So that's what it was latterly. And then, as I say, that's when the funding stopped after a few years. It's, so how many years would it be? Maybe about 6 years, maybe
Right.
5-6 years or something like that.
Right.
I just thought, what was it changed its name to?
It's Your
It's
Shout.
your shout.
Grado popped right in my head.
Oh, is it? Aye.
It's a terrible joke that no one else is going to
Aye,
understand.
that's it. It's jokes for us. That's it.
Funny.
Perfect. So
I'm trying to open this bottle and it's.
And we also
Just
stopped
go,
going up to.
go.
We're trying to cut back on the costs for it to try and make it
There you
a
go.
little bit less. We so stopped going as far away as Inverness. We found a great place up Glen Isla.
all right.
So it was only an hour away instead of 3 hours to it. So we were trying
Right.
to cut back on the costs as much as we could, but it wasn't obtainable then.
I always remember the trip up because that was the longest day of my life.
I know. It took nearly 3 hours because we used to
Aye.
stop at, if I mind right, we stopped on the way up because 2/3 of your journey is Aviemore.
That
So
was
stopped
it.
there
We
for
stopped
a
there,
half an hour.
and there was like a shop that we went to grab some.
Chips.
Basically, aye.
Munchies. And on the way back, 2/3 of your return journey was Pitlochry. So they stopped at Pitlochry for chips. Always for chips.
Always for chips.
Always for the stomach.
No.
Aye.
That was mad. Did you have anybody else from Kenway, like in future courses from the last time I was in?
A couple. But that course that you were on, there was about 6 or 8 for the one
Aye,
group,
aye, that
which
was
was
it, I got it.
unusual because the
Aye.
course was usually made up with a couple for here and a couple for there. Maybe
There was
Sunday.
there was 4, I think, others that were on that course. I think it was 2 lasses and 2
After
ladies. Oh, on the same course
Was
that,
it- aye,
that we were on.
Aye.
Not from Kenway.
All right.
And I remember talking to the boy with the glasses. Again, terrible with names. But I was speaking to him sort of during it, and he was kind of like, "There's like so many like other people that can chair here, and I'm just here on my own." So I was wondering what other people felt like in that
Oh,
sense.
aye.
Because it's a bit intimidating. You've got loads of people talking Eggy language,
Kenway.
and so you're kind of confused and going.
The thing is, usually there would be maybe 2 for a club, 1 for a club, or whatever, and the idea was to have them on an all day in their own territory, like locally, usually in Glenrothes is, so they could all do the project work but also bond as a group,
Aye,
because you want that to happen before you take them away for a weekend.
aye.
And once they had finished that day, they would all be pals, no matter whether you were just on your own or whether they and get them into groups, get them into teams, get them to build up relationships before they go away for the weekend. But all in all, people still talk about it yet.
I remember the first night, the first morning where I slept in. I was the only person that slept in, and it seems like nobody sort of came to wake me up or anything. Or maybe somebody did, I just never heard them. But I came down in the morning and I was absolutely ridiculed for about an hour and a half. So that was a terrible, because I was up there as a volunteer, but also like helping out.
You were a helper,
but also as like a participant at the same time. So I'm coming downstairs there. Absolutely awful. I think I missed breakfast that day as well.
Well, you didn't even get breakfast?
Didn't even get. I think I got maybe a bit post or something just because it was too late. Basically, I'm a terrible person.
But it stuck with you. It must have affected you.
It has.
He's looking nice.
It's emotionally drained.
I turn up to gigs like 2 hours early at times, just so that I'm ready.
Because of that.
Because of that.
Shame.
So you learned something on this.
It definitely did. So
you got a therapist
it's
on the
good
podcast.
that you remember it now, because it is a lot of years ago, and often you bump into people that have been on the courses, even before you were on it, and they still remember. That's it.
But it's even the feeling like getting a young person that remembers you, and like when we met, it was Betty that you remembered, and,
totally.
and like the courses that happened as well. But there's it's that young person walking past and you go, "That's brilliant that they remember me." It was like
it means you got something out of it though.
Do you remember anybody else, or just Betty?
Actually,
maybe because I'm the one that shouted at them on. Just right down here. Come on, get up.
The thing
Stop
is,
the noise.
the reason I remember Betty sort of more than anybody else was the fact that you sort of come up to the youth. You were the one that come up.
I was the
to Kenny a lot of the time.
I still do that yet. I still go around the youth clubs yet. But,
so I think that's probably why we remember you.
Because I used to coordinate the weekend. Xander used to do the training, and I'd coordinate the groups and where they're sleeping and whatever.
So, the driving course. Was it? Did we do the driving course first and then?
You done it when it was Momentum.
Momentum, totally.
That was Momentum. It's now called Driving for Success. The same course, but everything changes names now and again. But
so different mechanic and stuff now as well. Yeah. It used to be the tech, but now it's been moved up to.
Because that closed. That was amazing out there. But that closed.
I've still got I've not got the video footage, but you'll have that somewhere. But, so was it the Smith course video or the driving video that you
the Smith course video Nancy's got.
Right.
The one for Inverness.
Right, so you've not got the Too Fast, Too Furious.
No.
Thing.
That doesn't exist anywhere.
Well, unless you put it on a CD or DVD or something.
Maybe somebody's got it somewhere.
That's depressing.
Fuck, maybe no.
I know you gave us a copy of the Smith course. You gave because you gave us them for all the workers because we were all in the video diary room in the sauna. So you gave us all a copy, and then so we'll still have that. The Driving for Six, the Momentum course as you call it. Then I don't think we got a copy of that.
Right. Yeah, I put it on Bebo.
Oh.
So that'll be gone.
You had a point in time when you could have got your stuff for Bebo.
I never thought about it.
You've ruined that.
There's tons of great youth videos that we've done as well, like the breakdancing night and stuff.
I didn't put that anywhere.
I'm just going to say it. We put Craig done like a wee fake breakdancing thing, and he done it slow,
which was
really
annoying
slow.
Because I just learned how to do it fast with the youth club. We had just finished like a dance weekend class thing. So I couldn't how to do it fast, but he told me to do it slow because he wanted to be the big fancy video editor. And
I got him to do it.
So it's just a wee fat guy slowly just moving around.
But I sped it up so it's like comedy things as well. It's great. It's fantastic.
Terrible video. Get that deleted off the internet.
It is. It's a
good.
Completely away. So driving for Momentum at the time involved sort of going to sort of learn about the kind of internal workings of the car, how we fix tyres and kind of all that stuff.
That was at the mechanics workshop. But the first thing you'll do that you would do with that was be to sit in on a night where you went through the legalities, went to a PowerPoint presentation, and you go through all the legal side of insurance and all the legal side of driving, and then you would do a mechanics workshop. It was slightly different for how they do it now, but yeah. So let me think. You would do the internal one, then you done the mechanics, then the driving. Now they've included in another session where it's first aid.
Oh, right.
And the sessions now, as Driving for Success, is tailor-made to the group that wants it. They get a selection of things, and they could say what they want. If they didn't want first aid, they didn't need to have it, because they have to pay for the sessions that they get.
Oh, right. That's cool. So the driving course, are you still working with the same people that actually do the driving lessons and stuff, or is it like I'm completely different?
It's different driving schools now. It's the guy.
Richard.
Yes, I did.
What?
Never sacked Richard because I'd done lessons before.
Richard can't remember him.
Aye.
That's because he got sacked.
Well, he's got to remember now if you show him the video, didn't you show him?
I'm going to tell him to show him.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember here. Jesus. I'd done the lessons with Richard, and then I'd stopped there for a while. And then met Jim at that thing, the Kenway boy who stays up so the top of Kenway sort of thing.
Is that the guy who told you to keep your hands on the wheel? And then you instantly waved at James' arm.
No, that was Richard.
Was that Richard?
I was coming round the corner, and I think I was coming round to get to the corner to turn, and obviously the guy says that don't sort of move your hand off the wheel, keep your hand on the wheel. Some people that have been able to drive for a while are able to just lift their hands and go like that and still drive. I went like that, and the wheel went round away, so I nearly killed people. But I got back on the road, it was fine. It's good. To be fair, he waved, so I thought I have to wave back if I didn't. Exactly.
Well, even in cars when you're driving, like if I wait for a car or a car waits for me, and you do the wave thing, I'm not allowed to wave them either. So I just get a bunch of people going past me. Didn't get my wave.
Just moaning people.
He normally waves at them for me, which is odd.
No, it's amazing.
Nowadays you lose a friend request if you didn't wave back to people.
Exactly. See, there's a thought right there. But so the driving course, when we filmed the video, there was just the cars were obviously going slow, so I thought, right, at the time, Too Fast Too Furious, the film had been out, and I was like, what would be funny, just to get cars going past really slowly and get this really hyped up hip hop car music video in the background, and it was great. There was a wee shot where I'd like lay on the ground. Sorry, I'm gonna get the mic. I was on the ground and just sitting like that, and then the car just went along there really slowly. And it's like, too fast.
What was the ages here? What were the ages?
14 plus.
Was it 14 plus?
14 plus,
right.
Because there was a few folk that were like, how are you able to drive at that age sort of thing?
Because it was on private ground.
Oh, right.
And with the permission of the...
Was it Dunfermline we went to or something? The big
you went, when it was it was Dunfermline at the time, and then that car...
Because I'd done a second course after that with other people.
All right.
And I'm sure they'd... Because there's two car parks, is there no?
In the Dunfermline there was only the one.
Right,
But,
because I remember there being like one car park and then there was like a old building sort of thing there across at another side with like a sort of sizable car park. It might have been a different place, I can't exactly remember.
Because we moved for there, it was awfully hard to get anybody to agree.
Maybe we can Glenrothes,
Glenrothes Southfield, isn't it?
Right.
And there's a company there who are Five Fab, they're awfully community conscious and they give a lot to the community. So they let us use the car park on a Sunday and it's split into 2 or 3 different wee bits.
There was
and then there's a car park round the corner where the instructors would take the young folk around there just to give them a bit of space.
That's what I mean.
So was the insurance based on the fact that they were 14? So you could have done it lower. It was in fact, I think it was the guy for Kenway showed us his insurance one time and said it is legal for them to drive as long as it's on private ground or something like that. So he showed us his insurance. But they can't go out on the road. If you're older, like you had your provisional licence and you would be taken elsewhere, weren't you?
Me and Katie got tune up. Tune up. I think we went away with one of the instructors.
Yeah.
She had left someone in the house. So we got a lift for her in the automatic car, which it was cool. We got a shot.
Fancy.
Very little work involved in the automatic car. So we got a shot of that. So I think Katie drove her to the house and I drove back. So
because if you've got your provisional licence, they could take you away from the car park. But if you're under that age, then you've got to stay on private ground. And if you're going from one car park to the other, the driving instructor has to then sit and can. They have to keep themselves right,
But there was no crashes as far as I remember for the 2 courses.
Never has been.
That's it. They were going too slow.
They're going too slow to crash.
They were not going too fast or too furious. So that course is still going.
Yep. Yeah, very much so.
It's a great course for like. Has the age range changed?
No.
Is it still 14?
No, it's still 14.
It's a good idea. I like that.
That's cool.
And as I said to you earlier, they got a choice of quite a few different things within the course, including the first aid, which we deliver. And also sometimes they've got the police simulator, what do you call that?
The driving
simulator. They can have a session with that. So there's all different things in it now.
Was it just a big machine that you can...
It's not as fancy as that. It's more free computer screens, probably the size of that one, and they've put together so that's your windscreen, and you've got the kind of PlayStation steering wheel. It's connected to the computer, and then it's the program that comes up. You can do follow driving, follow braking, emergency braking. You get to do it in like the snow, the rain, and obviously different speeds. So it's showing them the distance it takes to actually slow down and speed up. And spin.
So
action.
Sure.
So where do you do that then?
Well, I haven't done it.
Is that the
as
mechanics
of
place
yet,
or
but
something?
we could do that instead of the driving because it's more. You can go more in depth because, like you said, you're going slow. You're only second gear, sometimes third gear, unless you've got your provision. You've got to hop out in the streets and go save folk for their houses and come back. And if no, then it's just kind of going round, and it's more clutch control and that as well. Whereas this, it's like tyre driving. So there's a program where you can put the tyre driving on, and then it just blanks the screen every so often. Most kids just use it as like, how far can I get?
Oh, tired driving.
How would you?
I thought you said tyre driving.
No, tired.
Just put a tyre in the steering.
So it's just got different programs. We've not used it as of yet, but I think it's in the pipelines to either get one and then use it, or vice versa.
I like that idea.
It's probably you can get like I know the beer goggles, what they're called. The drinking goggles.
I've seen them.
Put them on and it's all the different angles. So
They're great.
To give them they're great.
They're great. But
What laugh?
I tried to look for. They're really hard to find. I tried to look on eBay and I checked. Well, I only checked 2 websites. To be fair, I could have done a lot more work.
I just googled it now and came up with the first page.
Couldn't find them in 2 places. Done. I think it was like Elaine Duff, like the sort of district nurse woman that had these things.
You can't seem to find her anywhere.
Nah, she just went off the
grid.
Unbelievable.
Well, beer goggles.
But that's it. Just turned everything upside down.
Is that what it done? I just
getting mangled your vision a wee bit as well.
Mental.
And when you take them off, you're like.
It's disgusting.
So you drive with them on?
Oh, you sit in the simulator.
You
sit in the simulator and try it. We haven't. Well,
Is it? Am I right in saying that they put them on you so that it lets you see what it would be like to drive if you've got a drink.
Yeah. Aye.
Right.
Like,
It's just to shock you into, oh my goodness.
you use them at different events where you get your phone out and you text or try and do something, and you take it off and you're like, doesn't it say what I was home for? They say, and like, pick up whatever's on the ground, or you throw like a beanbag at them and say, right, you ready? I'm going to throw it to you. And they're like,
And it's
well, did I get it?
the reason behind all that, I think, is just it's about reaction times.
Yeah, aye. And it's more, like Betty said, it's showing them that what it's like to be drunk. And I don't remember.
And what it's like to be distracted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Right, so I want to talk a wee bit about the Year of the Young People. A fantastic thing that I found out, just for Rachel Morrison, give her a shout out while we're here. We're going to be hopefully working with her on sort of her own project. User a company that work with different youth work agencies, so I'm assuming you maybe have a wee bit of an inside track on this a wee bit now.
Tiny bit, yes.
Aye,
yes. Aye. So that, like you said, we work with the member groups, and some member groups are doing events with the young people for the Year of the Young People, or the likes to be active. We're trying to. We've got events happening that are being organised by the young people.
So you're already aware of a few events that are already happening, sort of thing, right?
Yeah. So there's Scotland's chose it as one of the big years. So
I do another podcast which is like a hip hop music thing, and there's loads of young people that kind of do that kind of music.
Yeah.
So we sort of said on the podcast the last time was that if people sort of under 25 and under were to get in touch with Young Scott to set up events and stuff like that, probably a great idea to get sort of like more sort of musical events on the go and stuff like that. But I don't know, would that be okay? Like I said they could probably go and try and get funding, but
I think I need to look into it, but I think there was funding for groups of young people to apply and do stuff. I don't think they need to be in a youth club setting, but I don't quote me. Obviously, I know it's recorded and it's one thing, but don't quote us.
Oh no, totally.
But yeah, so like, there's groups, there's like organisations like us, or there's was it Rachel Morrison. So like, there's these people doing it as well, but I don't know about. I suppose they could go look into it and still try and apply for the money and see where it goes, where it comes. There's funding open and shut again, because you've asked me, it's totally went out my head.
I'll put the website up because I know there's different types of funding that people can get. There's like individual funding for certain people.
I think there's 6 different categories that we spoke about: health and wellbeing, the culture, and the education.
You just have to read the criteria for applications, and if you're in that criteria, you apply for it. If no, just go on another one. There's plenty of funding in it.
Do you know anything about the history of the young people or anything like that? Do you know why they picked 2018 of all the years?
I don't know whether I know that they've been planning it since I think it was like 2015.
Alright, so it has been on the cards for a while then.
So it's not that they just went, we're struggling for things to do, I know. So I think it's been kind of getting planned since 2015, and I think, well, I've been doing youth clubs for 13 years and it's all changing. It's about giving them a voice, and like, well, when you were in Smitten, it's your shout, it's building you up so you can train other people and do other things. Whereas I think that's where it's coming to in this day and age as well. So giving young people the choice and the chance to speak about what they say, and there's so many different amazing projects out there that are doing amazing different things.
What sort of things have you seen so far? Like the sort of like Fife-based things have you seen so far?
So Fife-based, there's the Argos Centre, so Lindsay Nielsen, she has contacted
Kirkcaldy, innit?
Kirkcaldy, yeah. So they.
You still live near there?
I did, aye. The Kirkcaldy Youth Strategy Group, they've contacted the ambassadors for that area. So I think there's 60. I think there's 500 ambassadors for Scotland, and there's 60 in Fife, and there's 30 in Kirkcaldy. So they I think the range for two of them's primary 7. I'm looking at you because it helps me remember. 2 of them's primary 7 and the rest are in high school. And they were saying at the meeting that the young people in primary 7 were also they were switched on and they were asking questions, and they were like, I'll get back to you with that. But you can see why they've started doing it for
so young.
So young as well. But things are just coming up and moving and changing so much, and these young people are going to hopefully give other young people a chance to voice their opinion. At the end of the day, they'll be hitting 16, 15, 14 soon.
Oh, yeah,
So it's
definitely. I like that idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a great idea to sort of young people get the bad end of the stick a lot of the time. Sorry, I touched you there, Craig. Sorry, I didn't mean that. We're forever hearing from older people that the youngins are the baddest. They wouldn't like this when I was wee. It's like shut up.
This generation's extra bad.
We seen a picture posted up of Leiden High Street. I think it was it last week? Doesn't matter. It was sometime not far along in the past. And they were saying sort of how there was no crime seemingly in the days.
No drugs back then. In the 90s. No drugs in the 90s.
I was like, what, the 90s, the hub of rave culture, there was no drugs. Rubbish. And there was a guy in the picture that looked raved up. It was like big hoodie and stuff like that. Yeah. But young people, again, back when I was doing youth work, it was the hoodies thing. People were like, they were disgusted by hoodies at the time.
I like to wear a hoodie just because it's comfy.
I
still
and
get.
it's warm.
Totally. Like,
it seems like it's become part of like a youth work thing. Like the youth workers are wearing hoodies now.
It's when you do residential.
And the street workers are there.
Yeah.
Aye.
I was going down the high street the other week, and there was people moved off the pavement to go another pavement to kind of avoid me, and it was like, I'm ashamed, but like you're saying, it's that generations go
There
through.
was once, it was a Friday night, and there was 4 of us walking down what we call the giant stairs, and there's like a long path, and we were just going at the top, 4 of us with hoodies up, and none of us are violent, none of us are bad in any way, but we were just walking down this path, and a guy walked up the stairs, turned around and walked right back down again.
I've heard that.
And walked right round. So I felt awful, but somebody suggested we should run after them and tell them we're fine. I'm like, they didn't run
Terrifying them for life.
What are they going to bother you by the way?
You got a $5 for them.
That's mad. It's great to kind of celebrate that and keep it going, sort of thing. That's the whole reason. That's like doing youth work was for that reason. So it's great to keep that continuing on. And awesome.
The thing is that there's a lot more good work gets done with youth. By young people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could fill a newspaper full of it, but it doesn't make good reading. It's just the way it is. People will read it if it's.
Yeah. We actually tried to do a podcast full of good news. Yeah. And I had to go back about 6 months in order to fill a podcast of an hour because nobody's reporting on good news. It's just there's a few websites that are dedicated to it. Mm-hmm. But even then, they're gone back months and months.
The East Fife Mail website is set up now so that it's like the only articles you can see are the most popular articles, ones that people have been sharing, and they're usually the ones that are like, somebody died or somebody fell out here, or there was one where somebody went to put road markings at a road, and they were like, one was that way, one was that way in Kirkcaldy somewhere. Remember that? That was a news story. Crazy.
But the thing about people in Scotland, I think and find, is that nobody wants to blow their own trumpet. Nobody's like, I'm running this amazing, or this is what we've done. It's just right. Just keep that quiet.
Aye, that's it.
If it went wrong, they never read about
like
it.
you're saying just about the lanes in the road.
That's mad, man. I want to talk about. I remember when I first started doing youth work, there was like, I found it weird at the time, like different sort of health and safety guidelines and stuff, especially for the council. I don't know if you. Are you sort of funded by the council? Do you have any?
We're partially funded by the council. Yeah.
So you have to sort of abide by the rules as well. Yeah. I used at the time it was just added when I first started that you weren't allowed to go up a ladder.
You're not. Yeah. But that's everywhere. That's health and safety. That's good practice.
So have you got your ladder license or
even in the house?
Because you had to get a ladder license. You had to go.
Oh, did you?
You had to go for. You had to go for a course. Because we were trying to draw like a big projector screen thing, so we like made like a big yellow telly type thing. So we had to go up ladders to go and paint up all that. And the youth workers were like, "Oh no, you can't go up ladders."
You can go up a ladder you should always have two people there. You can go up a ladder as long as somebody.
Well, that's we had to get fully trained John, ladder trained John, to go up the ladder and sort of painting and stuff.
You would think
Is
that.
that John the youth worker?
John, aye,
John
aye.
Hewitt?
John's still
Is it- aye,
working
still-
away.
Yes,
Aye,
We seen
he's
him-
amazing.
God, when did we see him last time?
When we were up at the youth club.
Aye, exactly. That's what I'm asking you.
When we failed him. We
That's-
said we were going to help out and then we didn't.
Aye. We went up and I seen like there was only 3 people there, and I was like, that wasn't it like the
No.
way.
It wasn't like when you went, it was always busy.
always full.
But
You
youth
could have got on the pool table.
youth work goes like that though. You'll get a
Yeah,
lot of kids in, and then when they grow up, then the next lot come in, and
Aye.
it could be a
Because we sort of near the end, like when I was working there, we started sort of doing like the younger youth club to sort of get people into coming to the older youth club.
Yeah.
So I think, but I don't know how long that lasted. Again, I think they just started it, and I left like no long after that. But
the last few times I visited, which was a couple of years ago, just before it shut, there was only like 3 people in,
aye.
and they were sort of 12 to 14 year age group.
Because we were thinking like games and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
gaming sort of
Yeah.
had a big problem with that as well.
But John was helping me at MCCI in the
still
garden
does, yeah.
project. Does he still work
I
there
think,
yet?
I think he still does.
What's this?
The MCCI.
Mayfield Hill Community Children's Initiative.
Oh right, no.
It's
Oh.
amazing.
Well done you. That was pretty well done.
MCCI for short, but that's an amazing group.
Mhm.
Um,
Is there any that was one sort of health and safety thing I was able to think of.
mhm.
Is there anything that's like sort of changed, like from then that you used to be able to do before that you're like sort of not banned from doing, but like sort of not to do? I was thinking from sort of when you started.
Well, I've been in youth work a lot longer than I've been at Youth First.
Oh yeah.
And then the change.
Oh, so you were doing youth work before you even
Aye,
started.
1932.
Aye.
Shut up, man, shut up.
No, I worked in youth work in Kirkcaldy, a lot of different youth
Right.
clubs in Kirkcaldy before I came involved with Youth First.
Mhm.
And it's just like life in general changes over the years, but you used to be able to go down and open the youth club on your own, for instance. That was a major change, and nowadays you just wouldn't dream of doing that.
No,
It's always got to be 2 people. But I used to just go down and open it up and run the youth club and do everything that you had to do, and then look up at the end of the night and you were just on your own. And you depended on people like yourself, like senior members becoming volunteers,
Aye.
you know. And that was in my voluntary days as well. So, and then things change, like you say, health, safety, but child protection is a big part in that.
Oh yeah.
That there's got to be 2 people, and that makes that child protection is common sense really.
It's more
You
adult
keep
protection.
yourself right, and it's adult protection as well, but it's child protection guidelines that you would never open the youth club on your own. That is the one you're talking about, changes for health and safety and guidelines and things like that. That's one of the big ones for me, which makes that's common sense.
Aye.
You know, you wouldn't go back to doing it the other way.
No, that's it. I think as much as I like to laugh about the different health and safety things, it has got better.
Yeah,
You have to kind of learn from
implications
the
of it.
past sort of thing.
And then the PVGs came in.
Yeah.
They're a major part of protecting vulnerable groups. Protection of vulnerable groups.
So,
And they're a must as well.
aye.
You know, for anybody going into work with young people.
It's like basically everything, because life is changing and everything's changing. It just you change with the times as it goes on and goes forth. I remember when I started, there was like one bit of paper that you just had to fill out, and it was just how many.
The risk assessments and stuff.
Yeah. How many kids? It went well. This is what we're going to do next week, and now it's like, right, guys, what do you want to do, and get in their thoughts and views, because at the end of the day, it starts where they are and what they want to do. There's no point in me saying, I'm going to wash my car next week. And the way I wash Betty's.
So what is the risk assessment like now? Because I remember it being like a 2-sided piece of paper.
Well, it's still
Yeah,
is,
you can add paper.
Yeah,
You wanted.
like when I do the games, so when I'll deliver games, I've got one for indoor, one for outdoor, and it's kind of try to think about everything before somebody comes and says, like, thinking about the weather, thinking about the hall, thinking about the what games you're going to be playing, is equipment appropriate, and then I think mine's is double-sided, but then there's other ones that are like 3-4 bits of paper, and then so like you just take it for just kind of, as long as you're prepared to go do it, and then that is. But then when you run big events, like run the residential, it was like, had to get their risk assessment, had to get their risk assessment, had to get Youth Scotland's risk risk assessments. You're going,
And the risk assessment for having the minibus.
and
How
then
do you
lunches
go
and
on the
allergies.
minibus
And
and
I
how do you-
used
you know
to
what
do
I
that stuff, the
Yeah.
minibus and sort of arrange small trips and stuff like that. But
you're like with the bus company, you get a risk assessment. Can I get a coffee? Cheers. Thank you.
Perfect.
Can you bring it with you as well?
That's
Alright,
mad.
so, but it's more stuff there to protect you. I always remember working at a after school club and we took them sledging and we'd risk assessed it. One kid stopped himself using his foot and broke his leg. And because everything was in place, it was that the parents were trying to sue and whatever else, and it was just like getting all the paperwork and everything in
That's
place.
it.
And if we didn't have that, then obviously it would have been a lot worse. But,
Because that's what it's all about. It's all about like because suing culture has become a thing.
But you could
And it
look
has been
at
for a
you
while.
could look at any job, any all different walks of life, nurses, policemen, and everything, and you'll hear on the media all the time that the amount of paperwork we've got today. It's exactly the same in youth work. The amount of paperwork
that's
that the ComEd workers have got today, more so than us.
Aye. Always sort of like complained a wee bit about doing the risk assessments. So a 10, maybe
5 minutes.
5 minutes sort of thing. But I was always no, this stupid form we have to
You
fill.
see, you moaned about it for 5 minutes.
Oh.
And then you play
You
it.
could have had it done.
Aye.
And talk.
Aye.
I've still got it.
But you forget the ComEd workers to sort of that crazy amount of work.
What is ComEd?
Basically, what Vicky
education
done.
workers.
Community education.
Vicky basically ran everything that happened in Kennedy. So it was like this is for like adults, kids, everything, absolutely everything.
See, because I was young, all that I ever saw Vicky doing his work when I went into the Sandbray was just Vicky just typing. I didn't see any work
I
that
know.
was being done.
If
I just
people see you sitting in front of a computer, they think sit in front of a computer. You're actually, but then if somebody else was sitting at another desk and filling all the paperwork, and manually you'd be saying they're working and that person's only sitting on the computer. But they're doing the admin in a different way.
That's it. Because we had the sort of clerical assistant there in the same room, right across for her, and then Angela was doing stuff. And me and Katie would be in another room, sort of writing bits of paper. So we probably look like
Look like you were doing more work.
which is terrible.
It's just like I was saying in the car for the Be Active road shows, which happened during the Easter holidays. I started planning it in November. So, like
But it's trying to
letting people
coordinate
know
about
about
30
it.
clubs
Aye.
and fitting them into slots.
letting them know about it, creating the programme, getting dates off, confirming the dates, getting volunteers, getting workers, and then actually
And booking the centres.
it's the end of January now.
So does that mean a lot of that time is waiting for someone else to do their job?
To get back
To answer emails,
That would be an annoying part
That's
for me.
basically that's the only problem we have as well.
Refusing to do their job.
you can see it's been read all.
That's extra annoying.
I can imagine in your line of work that people will be a wee bit more quicker with emails and stuff, because we're emailing places like the Sea Life Centre and then waiting for some guy just to read this random email. Would you like to talk to us for 10 minutes?
An hour? Would you like to talk to us for an hour? Which is not. It's not again.
We had to talk about.
There's nothing in it for them. So.
So they're sort of, we'll read that later, sort of thing. So we're waiting ages for people. But imagine there are people checking their emails all the time.
And it's like we were saying that everything, it's a paper trail, every single thing, the preparation of it, the doing it, and the reports after as to how it went. So that's all included in your work, no matter what you're doing.
You've got, we'll email community education workers, we'll email the people above them, we'll email volunteer youth workers, and the volunteer youth workers have got jobs 9 till 5 or like 8 until whenever. So it's like sometimes you don't hear back from them until like the early hours in the morning. And you're like, it's dedication there, I'll reply that one first. Or some people get in touch with you through Messenger, or just it's just different things. But I think like youth workers, they've got a job elsewhere. I was talking to a youth worker yesterday and they were going from uni home for a bite to eat and then go back out to their job and then going out to another youth club, and it's like, well, when are they going to email you back? When are they they're like, I've just read it 2 seconds ago. You're like, I'll give you time to digest it.
That's it. It's great, man. It's great. So I think that we're probably reaching near the end. Have you got any projects coming out that you want to talk about before we go?
There's Not just, but there's the Be Active road shows which are happening during the Easter holidays, which has been off. There's going to be 14 sessions happening throughout the different areas of Fife, with I'd say it was about 8 or 9 different groups. So there's 8 groups and 14 sessions happening. It'll be a 2-hour session with 4 workshops, fun games, arts and crafts, team games, and the last one would be health and wellbeing. So I think last time we spoke about mental health and that as well. So we're going to have our mental health, talking a bit about tobacco and a bit about kind of keeping yourself healthy and that as well. So we're going to do a little bit the names, fruit pizzas. So you get a pancake, stick some fruit on top. So a quick easy snack, a butter, jam, whatever, quick easy snack they can get.
And ruining a pancake.
Not at all.
It's just teaching them
A
about healthy eating.
crumpet, whatever you want. We're going to try and get like a smoothie bag, so they put the ingredients they want in it, then they put the power into it to then create their smoothie. So then they're creating their own drink, they're burning in, and vice versa. So it's kind of, that's what it's going to be offered out to all the different clubs. Pardon me, we've got the VYN breakfast, which is the 28th of March. So
you spoke about this the last time.
Yeah, last time. So there's the VYN.
That's fine. I've always thought what you saying that as well.
The networking, it's a networking event. Yeah, you'll get your breakfast, but the main part of it is the networking that you do after you have your breakfast.
That's definitely the main part.
And you'll meet loads of people at it.
Well, that's what we're hoping today. Like any sort of networking things that come up will be.
Oh, you're going to that, eh?
Aye.
You booked on it?
That's what we're just talking about there.
Aye.
Quietly.
Are you booked on?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Are you booked onto it?
No.
Right, we'll talk about it after.
Right, we'll talk about it afterwards.
See with them
For the people listening, if you want to go on to the Youth First Facebook page, and it will be on Eventbrite, or you can go Google Eventbrite and Google or put into the search Youth First.
What we'll do is, instead of doing all that,
I'll
put a link on. I'll put a link on. It'll be easier for you.
Yes.
There you go. So we'll put a link to your website and stuff like that as well.
Technology.
There you go. So right, that's us finished, man. I want to thank you for coming.
No,
Much
thanks for
appreciated.
inviting us.
Thank you, Betty, as well, for taking the time of your day.
The
Much
legend.
appreciated. So
I really appreciate everything that you said about the past event that you went to, because it lets us see that not only do you remember it, but you really enjoyed it.
And Betty's talking about the good old days.
I love it. I love talking about. I would go back there and.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Jane. Thanks again.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Aye, what was all of it?
Thank you,
Thank you, Dave.